Hello, all. Very good evening to all of you. Uh, Thank you so much for taking out time and joining our session, which is for our direct hiring event. My name is Prakhar. I am a part of the fresher hiring recruitment team at Accenture, and I extend a warm welcome to all of you for participating in this pre-hiring connect. Now, to brief you about this session, we'll have kind of two parts of this session. One is a small presentation that we have prepared for all of you. This will brief you about the role that we are offering here to all the freshers who are participating in our event, and this will also brief you on the kind of a compensation that we are offering or the role expectations, and it will also give you a detail on what will be our assessment pattern for this hiring. In the second half of this session, we'll have a Q&A session, question and answer rounds, where you can use your chat box option to raise your questions or send us your questions, and we'll try to answer your queries. So to begin with, this is a small presentation about the offer that we are making currently. So to start, there are two roles on offer, and to name the roles, we have two offers to be made. One is called associate software engineer profile, and the second profile is advanced. Now, in general, we are offering associate software engineer. We call it ASC. And to all of you, you'll be appearing for an ASC profile. The best performers of amongst you all, the number of eligible participants who are appearing for this event, the best performers of ASCs will be picked up and they will be offered a role of advanced ASC. So that's the only difference between ASC and advanced ASC. There's no separate examinations. There's no separate assessments for advanced ASCs. Only thing is that the best performers from the lot of the people appearing here, the best performers will be picked up for a role of advanced ASCs. Moving forward, what is ASC? ASC basically is a terminology we use for associate software engineer. Now, as once you are deployed in the project, in the first 12 months of your joining, you will be going through various training programs from Accenture's side. We will train you, we will mentor you, we will coach you in various aspects, behavioral, technical aspects, where you will have an extensive training before deployment to your live projects. We will ensure that if you progress well during your training program, you will have a faster career progression opportunities. Being a vast organization, we have huge number of opportunities coming in for freshers who really perform well in the first 18 months, first 12 months of their career aggregation at Accenture. So you'll get a lot of opportunities to grow. You'll also have a lot of opportunities to work in the emerging tech roles globally, which are there. So we have a lot of cross-functional teams which we work along with, and you'll get once you progress in your career at Accenture, you'll get a lot of opportunities to work with the latest technology in digital and AI domain specifically at Accenture. Now coming to the compensation part. Compensation of associate software engineer is 4.5 lakhs as an overall package. If I break 4.5, the fixed pay is 3.83. 3,83,000 is the fixed pay out of 4.5. There is a variable pay of 32,500, and then there's a one-time bonus of 25,000. And there's also additional benefits of 9,500, which comes as a part of gratuity and insurance premium. So overall, the package for ASC role, associate software engineer role, is 4.50 lakhs per annum. Now coming to the advanced associate software engineer profile. So this profile is a notch above the ASC role. You will be joining at a band which is higher than ASC. Obviously, once you join a band higher than ASC, you'll have the joining benefits. You'll have handpicked roles, and you'll be deployed to specific niche projects. So people who will perform best in the assessments, they will be picked up for an advanced ASC role, and people who join us as an advanced ASC, They will have a special career progression with us. They will get a chance to move faster, and obviously they'll have a better projects to work on. Terms of compensation, there's obviously there's a difference in the compensation. There's a different at levels also. So for advanced ASC, the compensation that we offer is 6.5 LPA lakhs per annum. Out of 6.5, 5.41, as you can see in the presentation, 5.41 500 is the fixed pay, and you will have a component of around 84,500 as in variable pay, which is paid out based on your potential performance and how you have done well during the course, 1 year course in the organization. And also you'll have benefits, additional benefits of around 24,500 as part of your gratuity and insurance premium. So the basic difference in terms of pay compensation in ASC, Associate Software Engineer, and Advanced ASC is the pay for ASC is 4.5, and for Advanced ASC you jump to 6.5 CTC. Now that's the important part. The timelines for the events or the assessments. So this hiring program is basically for freshers. Freshers, here we mean that people who are either 0 to 11 months of experience. So people with 11 plus months of or 1 year plus of experience are not eligible to participate in this hiring event. Candidates who are 0 years of experience, 0 months of experience, up to 11 months of experience are eligible to participate in this hiring event. That's point number one. Now we are currently in our virtual event. We are participating in our pre-hiring event with you all, and we are just detailing out the assessment process. Now coming up to the assessments. Now our live assessments would begin from 27th November onwards, and they are scheduled for the next 4 days. For example, 27th, 28th, 29th, and I think on 30th November also we have scheduled our assessments for all the freshers who are participating in this hiring event, direct hiring event. Now your assessments are kind of different, bifurcated. In coming next 10 days there would be various events where you'll be participating. Your day one, whichever date you are scheduled for assessments, the day one will be your cognitive and technical test. Now the entire process is on virtual mode. There is no face-to-face interaction. There is no in-office interaction. Everything happens via portal. Everything happens on the virtual network. So your day one, first assessment would be your cognitive and technical test assessment. So this is an elimination round. So you have to clear your cognitive and technical assessment. Once a candidate clears the cognitive and technical assessment, the candidate then moves to our coding round. So the day you are scheduled for your cognitive and technical, once you clear your cognitive and technical round, you move on to your coding assessment. So cognitive, technical, and coding happens on the same day. So if you clear your cognitive and technical, you move to your coding round, and coding round is also a elimination round. I'm repeating it again. Coding round is also an elimination round. So once you clear your cognitive and technical, you move to coding. And once you clear your coding assessments, then only you move to the next round of assessments, which we call the communication assessment. So candidates need to clear your day one assessments, which is a combination of cognitive and technical plus coding. Then you move to your communication assessments. Communication assessment is a non-elimination round. I'm repeating, communication assessment is non-elimination round. So candidates who clear coding will only move to the communication assessment, and once you reach communication assessment, we will send out links for you to go through the communication assessment link, and then once you finish your communication round, the candidates then move to the virtual interviews. So this entire assessment is spread out in a days of around day 1 till day 10. So first couple of days would be cognitive and coding. Once you clear coding, then you move to the communication. So the generally communication round happens from the day of first assessment. You can take 3 or 4 days, at least 3 to 4 days, on which you will receive your communication assessment if you clear your previous rounds. So day one, your cognitive, technical plus coding. Once will prepare your mark sheets, you will prepare the benchmarking of your sheets. Then the shortlisted candidates will be sent out information about their clearing the coding round. Then they will be sent a link for communication assessments. Once they clear the communication assessments, it will again take a buffer of 2 days, and then we'll release the links for the virtual interviews. All the candidates who clear these rounds will be timely informed about the next steps and when we are scheduling the next events. Once the interviews are conducted, all these interviews will be based on I'll say these are more of a non-technical interviews, where the candidates will be assessed on their comprehension, on their communication, on their confidence, on their body language, and how they are able to comprehend the questions and answer the queries. Uh, so once the virtual interviews are finished, we'll prepare combined ranking sheets of all the scores of your entire assessments, and based on that, we will be releasing the shortlisted candidates list of ASCs. Now, again, as I mentioned in previous slides, amongst the shortlisted candidates for the ASCs, the best performing candidates, the top best performing candidates will be given an offer of advanced ASCs. There's no separate assessment for advanced ASCs. Only thing is that candidate who are the best performers out of this lot will be picked up for advanced ASCs. And to be a best performer, you have to really perform well in all the assessments, be it cognitive and technical, be it coding, be it your communication round, and be it your virtual interviews. I'll repeat again, the entire process happens virtually. There's no in-person interviews, there's no in-person or in-office rounds. Everything happens via our portal. So once we release the LOIs, we will be then requesting the candidates for their documents. Now, in the LOIs, you'll come to know about your joining details and everything when you will get the joining. And in the rest due course of time, whenever we'll be in touch with the suitable eligible candidates, we'll keep them notified on the process. And once the LOI has been released and you need to submit the documents, you'll come to know what kind of documents to be submitted. For example, your identity proofs like PAN, Aadhaar, which are mandatory. Along with that, you need to submit your documents like your 10th, 12th, graduation and post-graduation documents. Now, more details about the assessment rules. Now, as I mentioned, the day one is your cognitive and technical. Now, what it will comprise of. So the cognitive assessments will comprise of your English abilities, analytical reasoning, and numerical abilities. So you'll have questions on topics of English, analytical, and numerical. Along with that, there would be a technical assessment which would have an which would test you on MS Office knowledge and Institute Code, fundamentals of networking and cloud. So basically testing your technical knowledge. So you need to clear your cognitive and technical. This is a common exam, cognitive and technical. Once you clear your cognitive and technical round, you will then receive a link for coding assessments. The link for coding assessment will be received in around 20 minutes from the time you submit your cognitive and technical round. So the cognitive time frame is 90 minutes. Once you submit your cognitive and technical assessment, if you clear it, you will receive a link in around 15 to 20 minutes for coding assessments. If you will not clear it, your process ends there. So the next round is coding. Once you clear cognitive and technical, you move to coding. Coding is around for 45 minutes, and basically your language proficiency will be tested here, and the questions may come up on the following languages. So you must be having some basic knowledge on the following languages that will help you in performing well in the coding round. So once you submit your coding round, again you will be evaluated, and candidates who clear their coding round, as coding is an elimination round, cognitive technical is an elimination round. So if you clear coding assessments, you will then move on to our next session, which is into communication assessment. So the communication assessment may happen 2 or 3 days after the coding round. Whichever day your coding happens and you clear the coding assessment, in 2 or 3 days, you will get an information that when your communication assessment is getting scheduled. So communication assessment is more of a non-technical assessment where your English comprehension, your sentence mastery, your vocabulary, your fluency, your pronunciation is evaluated. So again, I'm saying communication is a non-technical round where your comprehension, your vocabulary, your fluency, your pronunciation is evaluated, and communication assessment is non-elimination round. Moving forward, the eligibility guidelines and the rest of the details are listed here. So the point number one, this direct hiring event is for candidates who are 2020 and 2021 batch pass outs. There could be some candidates who are either 2019 or 2022 pass outs who are passing outs who are participating here. I would like to communicate to you all that this hiring event is only for 2020 and 2021 pass out candidates, graduates. In terms of their disciplines and branches, all branches of BTech, all branches of MTech are eligible. I repeat, all full-time branches, full-time graduates of BE, BTech of all the branches, ME, MTech of all the branches, MCA and MSc. In MSc, it's only CS branch, computer science, and IT branch, information technology branch, MSc, IT are eligible to participate in our direct hiring event. In this event, I'm repeating, it's BTech, all disciplines, all branches, MTech, all discipline, all branches, MCA and MSc. MSc is only CS or IT branch which is eligible to participate, and it is only, this drive is only for 2020 batch pass outs or 2021 batch pass outs. It is not for 2019 or anyone who is participating and who is of 2022 passing out batch. So point number two, as it mentioned, should have graduated in 2020 or 21 and should have no backlogs. Your mark sheets should be finished, all 8 semester mark sheets. Probably you would be in process of receiving your 8th semester mark sheets, but that's fine. Maximum 1 year gap. Your post 10th, 12th graduation and post graduation, if you have any, you should not have more than 1 year gap in your education. If you have a 1 year gap between your 12th and starting of graduation, that is fine. If you have 1 year gap between your graduation and post graduation, it is completely fine, but the gap should not be more than 1 year. If you have a gap of, for example, if you have a gap of 1 year between your 12th and graduation, and you have another 1 year gap between your graduation and post graduation, then you are not eligible to participate. So maximum 1 year gap in the education, whatever is your highest education, starting from 10th till your highest qualification, your maximum 1 year gap is eligible. More than 1 year, it makes you ineligible for it. Candidates must be an citizen of India and eligible to work in India, and you must contain all the identity and documents proof. Another query which came up is that we do not have any CGPA or percentage criteria for this hiring event. So we are not considering any of your CGPA or percentage criteria which you had either in your 10th, 12th, graduation or post graduation. We are not considering your CGPA for this hiring event. So if anyone is having a queries regarding CGPA, that you had lesser CGPA or higher CGPA in your 10th, 12th, graduation or post graduation, to inform you all, we are not considering CGPA criteria to shortlist candidates for this hiring event. Moving forward, just to brief you here that in the end of our session, we will be having a Q&A, question and answer, where you can raise your queries. You can type in the chat box available to you, and we'll try to pick and answer your queries. Now, to prepare for our recruitment process, what kind of technical system configuration you must have to give our examination. So your laptop or desktop must have a RAM of 4 GB plus, i3 5th generation 2.2 gigahertz processor or equivalent or higher. Your webcam and your microphone must be working well. So webcam must be able to capture your image very clearly without any distortions. Make it very clear point. Your webcam must be able to capture your image very clearly without any distortions. In terms of operating system, you may use Windows 8 or 10. Do not go for Mac OS here. We do not support it. So our systems do not support it. So I would suggest and advise, kindly use Windows 8 or 10, and then in the browser, you can use Google Chrome browser. Again, in terms of internet connectivity, I would advise to have broadband connectivity, while stable broadband internet fast speed connectivity while appearing for our assessments. Avoid using mobile hotspots, because there the speed may come and go, or there could be a fluctuations in the internet connectivity. So I would really advise, based on your location, you may find some network issues also. So I would request and advise to use high-speed broadband connectivity for your whenever you are appearing for the assessments. Do not avoid using mobile connectivity, and your VPN and proxy should be disabled. In terms of headset, it is highly recommended that you use a USB enabled headset with a microphone. So please do ensure that you have your webcam, you have headset, and you have a microphone which is functional. Important thing is Safe Exam Browser. A link will be shared for you. Now, to all the participating and eligible candidates, we have released the mock assessments. Mock assessment links has been forwarded to all the eligible candidates who are participating in our direct hiring event. And so I would request you all that kindly, if you have received the mock assessment link, please click on the link and give that mock assessment. That will help you out in system configuration for the live assessment, and it will also help you to download the Safe Exam Browser before your live assessment. So if you have received the mock assessment link, please, it is highly suitable that you go and you give the mock link, so that it will help you prepare well for the live assessment. And if you have any kind of technical glitches coming in your system, you have time right now to kind of update your system or remove the glitches. So I would again request you to please, if you have received the mock link, please go and have a mock link examination. Okay, coming to the end part of our presentation. This is a very important thing. We, as an Accenture, has not authorized any agency or company or individual to either collect money or arrive on any monetary arrangement in exchange for a job at Accenture. We do not do any kind of third party hiring, or we have not assigned or authorized any third party or individual or an agency to do hiring for our behalf in exchange of any kind of monetary benefits. So do not fall for any such agencies or candidates or any kind of people reaching out to you that they can get you a job in Accenture in exchange of some kind of money or some kind of monetary benefit. So We have not, I'm repeating, we have not authorized any agency or company or individual to hire on our behalf. Any kind of hiring is done, we do it on our own behalf. We do not outsource that part to anyone. So it's against our Accenture's business ethics. So please be clear. Do not fall for any candidate who comes to you and say that we can help you out in hiring with Accenture. We have not authorized anyone. Yes, with that, thank you so much for hearing us out in this small presentation.